Hey, Ryan Hartman here with Inside Real Estate. I've got Josh Schoenly, who some of you may know. Josh is with EXP Realty and Nexa Mortgage currently, right, Josh?
You betcha.
Yep. And you're in Central PA, Harrisburg area, and just want to do a catch up with you. You and I know each other really well,
Yeah.
but I wanted to show people some of what we've worked on together, what you've been working on as a follow up to a video I did probably like 2 months ago about a land funnel that we've.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know if I told you this, but the thing we've been working on was actually an idea I had a while back, and then you went and implemented it. We kind of implemented it together in the local market. So I wanted to give people an update. Up on the screen, I have a Facebook ads account. It may be small for everybody watching. So, Josh, can you see the 44 leads for 296 a lead?
Sure can. Yep.
Okay. And then let's show everybody the creative, and then we'll kind of riff on this. I got my account unsettled notice here that was settled this morning over a $5 balance, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Constant cat and mouse with
With
Facebook.
Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah.
So here we go. Land for sale in the 717 area code of Central PA. It gives some areas, access to land lists now, and more. See the segmented land lists now. And it's basically 717 land for sale. You have a couple of different creatives. This one's got a hunter looking at some deer because a lot of people hunt around here in Central PA, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. It's
Uh,
hunting season.
It is hunting season.
Yeah.
Yep. So your Facebook page here is Land Linchpin.
Hmm.
All right, and that's sort of the niche brand that you're running your land niche under. Not that you exclusively focus on land. You want to talk a little bit about that? The idea.
Yeah. I mean, um, well, a couple of thoughts there. Number one, just because we're running this campaign and building out a niche operating system around this doesn't mean I'm exclusively working with these clients. It's just a way to grow my database and um, get into more conversations and create more opportunities. Um, and you probably mentioned this when you had started exploring this, a couple of months ago. But what I've found, and we'll get into this, I think you're going to show some of the leads and so forth. What I found is the vast majority of these leads, they already own a home. It's like, I don't know, 60 to 65% of them, even though they're just opting in with name, email, and phone number, when we go and disposition them, which is just what we call sort of skip tracing, right? So we look at every lead and we take the phone number or the email and see can we find, do they own a home and where is the address? And so it's a little sneaky way. And I know you talk about this a lot, not just related to land, like finding, um, for lack of a better term, sneaky ways to build your seller database, right? Like, your homeowner database by leading with buyer offers, right? Strategically positioned or certain niche offerings are going to be more likely to attract people that already own a home. So, I'm getting people that want to either buy land to build or buy land for recreational purposes, hunting or whatever. And that's part of the follow-up.
Or to invest, to buy,
But,
hold, to invest. Yeah.
or to just to land bank, right? So yeah, I mean it's a great audience to build, and it's one of those things where I can't tell you how many things I can say this about. I was running an ad like this years ago and got great leads and have people that I'm still in conversation with and working with to this day, and you just get distracted and do
I
whatever.
ran this in Florida 3 years ago, and every month or so, get a response from somebody who came from this through that database. It's funny. We just stopped doing the things that work.
Yep.
So just to give everybody context, I have the lead form up on the screen here at Facebook. We're basically collecting name, email, phone in Facebook instead of using a landing page.
Yep.
For anybody wondering, we do. I don't think we've gotten the Google version of this live yet, but we did build a Bold Trail KV Core landing page that we're going
Yep.
to test out too. But the,
Yep.
the the Facebook phone number is really powerful, right, Josh? Um,
Yeah, and I will say that um the hit rate on those isn't 100%,
Yeah.
right? You'll get some numbers that are bad numbers or disconnected or whatever. But all things considered, uh, you get more good than bad, let's say. Um, and just from a cost per lead perspective, it's hard to
Three
beat.
bucks.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to beat.
Yeah, $3. So if you get a 1% conversion rate on these over time, it's $300 to generate a transaction.
And I'm guesstimating right now, and I could find the answer. We could probably even figure it out here while we're doing this. But I think I've talked to half of these people by phone or text already.
Attention.
Yeah. So
Mention. What
I
happened?
have a trading alert. Sorry,
Oh,
I should
okay.
turn that off before we started. A trading group. Who knows what that is? Anyway, so let's look in here at some of these leads. So you've got an automated smart campaign going out,
Mhm.
and that is sending basically a text and a handful of emails. I think we can take a look at that.
So well, you built out the initial, and I kind of added
Let's
a
look
fair
at it.
amount to it. I mean, it's not a ton, but I added, I don't know, there's probably 4 or 5 text messages now and several emails.
What do we call this thing? Land linchpin, maybe.
Land should show up. And you know what? Also, in my account, you might have to switch. Yeah, you
Switch
got
to
to.
you. Yeah,
Yeah,
you have the team account. Yeah.
I did at some point.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So immediately an email goes out offering the land links. So
Mhm.
that's down here. I may have done this in the initial video, but it just basically says, here's the link for the 717 list. Bookmark this email. The links are always up to date. And then the campaign continues. There's an initial text and says, hi, lead first name. Thanks for stopping and checking out the land list. Do you have any questions about any listings? So Josh, how of these 40 or 50 leads or so, how has this first text worked? Have you?
Not well.
Okay, so we gotta change that, right? And we
I
think
think so. Just from a meta perspective or like a big picture perspective, I think especially early on in the follow-up communication, asking easier questions. Because when you ask an open-ended question like that, did you have any questions about any of the listings? When I read that, it's like, I don't even know what questions I should ask,
yeah.
right? So what we might do is take one that is getting actually fairly significant reply, which is and it's in here, but it's something along the lines are you looking for land to build on or for recreational purposes, right? It's a binary A B question. Now, it might not be either of those, but then what happens is the one that, if they've got some unique reason why, they just tell you that. Instead of,
So
ignoring it, they'll, you get people that'll just give you the answer.
so
Um,
I'm gonna take the one you added here. It says, "Are you looking for land to build on?" You hit typo. I love the typos, by the way.
listen, so I don't know that I've ever done one of these where we're doing this sort of audit or biopsy, and it wasn't the case. I end up laughing at myself for being an idiot pretty much every time I do something like
Yeah, but
this.
the typos like almost make it seem more authentic, I think.
Fair. Know that it wasn't done on purpose, but it happens frequently.
Land linchpin initial text. So one big thing out of this, you got to run these campaigns for a little while, generate a handful of leads just to get some data. Your kind of empirical data is that first text, not a lot of responses, but the text a little
I
bit.
don't think there's been any to the first text.
All right, so you got to change that, right? So yeah, so it's telling me I can't have more than one mass text within a few minutes. So we'll remove this first one, and we're going to switch the date on this to be immediately, right? So,
And when you say, so you mentioned in there having data. I know this isn't, for some of you, this may not be possible, but really to know for sure, it's got to be like, it can't be 3 or 5. It really should be like, you should think in batches of 100 where possible. We haven't gotten 100 through.
yeah, but we've done enough of this to know that if you don't have a response in the first 50,
Yeah. Yeah, we've gotten, I think 65 is where we've gotten from a couple of those
Yeah.
different ads. There was 44 on the one, but there were a couple of others that we tested. And so we've gotten enough, but I think, too often people jump to a conclusion too early. But the more experience you get, you maybe need less data to make some educated guesses.
Yeah. So you have the day three. Have you had a chance to check out the 717 land list? Any that you'd like me to send more info about? Very conversational, lower cases, and you do a ton of texting with KV Core. You probably have done more than anybody. Really, my observation, more than most.
More than certainly per we probably have the record like per contact.
Yeah.
There may be somebody that's doing more volume, but like volume to database size, I'd be hard pressed to, yeah.
I love this one. Hey, we just put together info on 7 great new home construction loan options. Would you like me to send you a copy? So you're switching people over from the land investment idea over to an assumption that they're going to build.
Right. Well, so yeah, you're trying to sift and sort out who on here is looking to build, and this one has gotten a few replies. And the content I created to make good on this, which is just a one-page flyer. I mean, it literally took me 15 minutes to put this information together. But that content I've been able to use before people landing here. In other words, if I call we have a text convo and it comes up that they want to buy land to build on, I get permission. Oh, hey, I just put together a list of 7 great loan options to for construction loan options. The 7 best construction loan options. Would you like me to send you a copy of it? Right. So I'm doing that in the sequence, but I'm also using that conversationally when it comes up.
Yes. And you're switching them over. One email that I think we might want to add here is some kind of offer. Hey, do you own a home? Check your home value here, right? Just the tried and true. I'm trying to find the link to the bridge page we're sending people to.
It's just well, I know the end slash is land dash links, but
So
so it should be
Hampden. What's your URL again?
yeah, Hampton, Hampden Township living.com. I don't know what's in between there. It's not just land links. Isn't there something?
Yeah, I'll find it here. I almost have to. I made the page a while ago. Did we put it in here?
I don't
But
think
I
so.
think it's important to show people what the page is too.
Yeah.
It's built on the new page builder, and it's a bridge page. So you have the I'm going to figure this out here in a second, but you have the there we go pages slash land links. You have the smart campaign going out. It's getting you automated conversations, responses, and that's the name of the game here. We're trying to get people who are just cold and don't know you at all on Facebook to start talking to you.
Yep.
And you'd say about half, maybe, or
I think I have spoken in some way, shape, or form, either by phone or text, to half of them.
yeah,
Now, not all have been positive or super engaging, right? So it's not like half of these are going to buy land with me in the next 12 months, but enough that I could either set them up with direct MLS access, right? Because we're giving them a whole bunch of, if you look at this sort of bridge page here, we're sending them to a bunch of different links. But if I've had a conversation, for example, and they want to buy recreational land in Adams County, well, then I just go and set them up with direct MLS access to those land listings. Or if they're that there's a woman that I spoke with, and she wants to build, and she's got VA benefits, so we've got a one-time close VA construction loan option for her. So then now we've got to find the land and find a way to make it all work within her budget, et cetera. But that was a tangible conversation. And we've had email conversations, we've had several phone conversations and text. So yeah, I mean, that's the name of the game. You can't convert, quote unquote, someone to a client without conversation.
Yeah.
how that conversation happens, phone, email, text, DM, right? I mean, there's lots of ways those conversations can happen, but you got to have a conversation somehow or another. You can't circumvent that piece of the puzzle.
Yeah. So the so about half are responding. I wanted to mention too, you happen to have the mortgage license and you are able to sort of work both sides. I know that you refer those. You don't, for rest of reasons, you give those to other people on the team, right?
Yeah.
But
Yep.
but if you're not dual license like Josh is, it's probably a good idea to get your lender involved and get some of the content in that follow-up campaign to mention financing. Because as Josh said, people do respond to that stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And when they respond to that, you have some level of certainty that they're more serious and motivated because let's face it, the financing side is not the fun part. The fun part is looking at the listings, right? The financing side is a necessary evil to get to their desired end result, which means if they're replying to that, they're pretty serious. They're at a point where like, you know, they're not just looky-loos anymore. Like they're serious enough to try and figure out the next steps in the on the timeline.
Yeah. So let's talk about this bridge page up here. It's got right after somebody opts in, they go from the Facebook ad here, and then all the emails and the follow-ups reference this page. It's got some KV Core, Bold Trail Squeeze links down on the bottom. You've segmented out the land, one of my favorite techniques. And those are always up to date because the IDX search links always dynamically update.
Yep.
The other thing you got here is you've got a link so they can schedule with you on Calendly, right? And then
It's a go high level version of the calendar
yeah,
function.
well,
Yes, it
Calendly
functions
just
the
means
same.
calendar.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And then or shoot a text message too, and it gives your phone number here. But the most important thing on this page, the thing that 99 out of 100 agents won't do, even though we've been beating this drum forever, is this bridge video.
Literally forever.
Forever since like 2009. That's forever. It's this bridge video,
Mm-hmm.
and Josh, would you say I'm not going to play it? It's just basically Josh showing his face and talking and saying, "Hey, thanks. If you need me, reach out."
It's not a great video. It's less than 60 seconds. I think I screw up twice. Not
Yeah.
screw up like horribly, but like
Is that your
missed
back
speed.
porch?
Yeah, it's my back porch.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I could also have done, and maybe I'll do this at some point. I'll re-record and it'll be a screen share with my talking head and I'm actually showing the page. So that's like kind of like some inception going on there. But for now, it was something. It was a starting point.
But would you say that the most important thing about this video, by the time people talk to you, they know you?
Yeah.
Attention.
And I think one of the big, sorry about that alert. I don't even know where is it. I don't even know where it is on my computer.
Listen, it's just reminding those that are watching to pay attention. It's all good.
What it's really doing is saying that the NASDAQ has reached an extreme zone, but yeah. So so people already kind of know, like, and trust you on some level by the time they talk to you. And I think one of the biggest frustrations people have with online lead generation is they're like, well, nobody responds to me, right? I'm getting all these leads. I don't get any responses. It's because they don't know the difference between you and the 20 other websites they opted in for.
Yeah.
Right. This bridge video, Josh, like when you're sending the follow-up emails and texts, at least they know who that guy is.
Right.
Yeah.
And the follow-up emails at least are pointing them back to this. So they can potentially get multiple exposures to me without us before we ever talk on the phone or text, right? Because it's the same video, but they can, if they don't watch it the first time, maybe they watch it the second time, or maybe they watch it again just to be like, oh, what is this? Whatever. But like, yeah,
we need to go run this as the retargeting ad too. I don't think we've set up retargeting yet.
So I do have retargeting set up, but I don't think I'm using the video.
Yeah. It was the same video with a link back to the page.
Right.
Yeah. So these funnels can always be optimized. It's a never-ending game. So what we've been showing you guys is just an example. We call them like real estate niche operating systems. It's a fancy word for a real estate marketing funnel around a specific idea. Josh, I don't think in the last 3 to 4 weeks you've closed 20 deals off this funnel, or even one yet.
Gosh, I wish, but no, sadly, no.
But the mindset here is that going into 2025, if you generate 100 or 200 of these leads, you turn it on, you should be able to either via a direct, purchase transaction with one of these people, or we always forget to include the people that get referred by those people
Mhm.
because you're building relationships at scale. For a
Yep.
few $100s, you should have at least one deal in this mix. Is that fair?
Oh yeah.
Just based on your experience, my experience, like every time you generate a few hundred leads, there should be something in there.
Yeah. If you're doing the work, right? If you're doing the stuff, right? So, and using, combining automation with manual work as well. And manual work, not meaning like manual labor, right? But I've called, or at least tried to call, every one of these leads. And I'll give the simple script in a minute, but I've called or tried to call every one of them. I have they'll get tomorrow morning, they'll get the second or third email from me that's not part of the Smart campaign, because I regularly send out emails, right? Broadcast emails. Um, we have a retargeting ad that was running. We'll get that back running. We'll play with different things, and all it is pointing them back to that same page so they can look at listings. And I haven't done this yet, but I'll start sending this specific group a land deal of the week.
Right.
717 land deal of the week. The script, for those wondering, when you call, like, it's not a sales call. The what I call and say is literally just Ryan, you role play with me. Ring ring.
Hello.
Hey, is that Ryan?
Yeah.
Hey Ryan, it's Josh with EXP
Click.
Realty. Hey, before you hang up, can I just ask you a quick question?
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
So you had requested our list of land listings, and I just wanted to make sure that you got the email with the link to them in there. For whatever reason, sometimes they're landing in the spam or junk folder. Were you able to get the email and check out the listings?
I saw the email, but I didn't open it. I haven't had a chance to look yet.
Okay, well, good. I just wanted to make sure that you got it. If or when you have time to check them out, if there are any that you'd like more info about, plot plan or additional details that may not be in the listing, just let me know. I'm happy to send that over to you.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Yeah, you bet. And depending on, I gauge how interested and engaged they are. If I can tell that they're kind of open and motivated, I might pry a little bit more, but I'm not trying to sell them anything. I just literally want to make sure they got the thing they wanted. That's it.
You're building trust, basically, showing that you're going to do what you said you would.
I'm differentiating myself by not trying to sell them. I just want to make sure they got the thing they wanted. That's it.
Really good
And
point.
if I get their voicemail, that's all I do. Hey Ryan, it's Josh with EXP Realty. I don't want to take too much of your time, but it looks like yesterday you requested land listings from us. We emailed that over. For whatever reason, sometimes they're getting lost in the spam or junk folder. Let me know. If you don't see it, I will personally send you the link so you can check out, the listings that you were looking for or whatever. That's a little bit off the cuff, and I haven't left that voicemail in a week and a half. But it's something along those lines. And again, it's just to make sure that they're getting the thing that they requested. That's
And
it.
you've used from time to time the core voicemail service to automate some
Yes.
of that. Yeah, but
Yep.
you like to. I know that you started calling manually because you like to actually catch them if you can and have the call conversation.
I have found that I'm having fun with it. So I don't mind it at all doing those.
But it can be automated.
It can be automated. What you can't do with the automation, which I like, is you can't personalize it. So the simple thing of being able to say, "Hey Ryan,"
Yeah.
in the voicemail, because most people, their voicemails are now transcribed, and when they see, "Hey Ryan," to me, they're more likely to then actually listen to the voicemail, and now they hear your voice, you're personalizing it to them, and you're not trying to sell them. You're just trying to make sure that they got the thing that they asked for.
Just relationship building.
Yep.
Josh, we could talk all day. I'm going to close out by I want to show your activity stream in KV Core.
Sure.
Because I think I hear a lot of people, been with the company here a while. I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, I have KV Core, but that just doesn't work for me. Like it doesn't just give me commission checks don't fall out of the sky."
Mhm.
And yours is one of the more active. I have this toggled to new text. These are all the people who are texting you. And in the last 24 hours, you have probably had, let's call it 20 inbound texts.
So just pulling back the curtains. I sent a text blast yesterday,
Okay.
early afternoon, to about 1,500 contacts.
Okay.
So that was pretty significant. The text script that I used is a guaranteed to get you replies if you have any amount of leads in your KV core. It's as follows. Just curious, Ryan, what's the one thing stopping you or keeping you from buying a home this winter? Question mark.
Perfect.
And you get all kind. I now have well, once I schedule the one that texted while we were on this session, I'll have scheduled, I don't know, 4 or 5 appointments from that and significant conversations with a bunch of other leads as well.
So
Even guys sending me pay stubs, don't zoom in on that, but that's a guy sending a pay stub because he wants to get pre-approved.
okay. So the point being, you got to keep filling the database with funnels like the land listing. In that 1,500, you probably had people who opted in for land or new construction over the last couple of years. You probably had a mix of people. Then so that's step one. Step two is you gotta in real time keep engaging.
Yeah.
Fair to say. And if you keep doing that, you will have the volume of conversations that Josh has that leads to closings, even in a really challenging market right now. Would you say it's pretty dead? I would say it's pretty dead.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going to be the least amount of homes sold in the US in 30 years this year. That's what I mean.
But even with as dismal as you might think things are, with not a huge marketing budget, Josh, you're talking like maybe 100 a month or 200 a month on ads or something, right? Not huge, like the cost of going out to dinner, right?
Yep.
These days,
Yeah,
you
seriously,
can, you
especially with
can,
4 kids.
yeah,
Anyway.
4 kids. You can keep McDonald's with 4 kids.
Yeah, yeah.
You can keep conversations going that lead to closings. That's what I wanted to end with here.
Well, you can start them and keep them, right? You got to start them first, right? And that's what the smart campaigns and broadcast text messages and broadcast emails are for, right? You got to open the conversation and then you got to continue the conversation until you can't force people to be motivated enough to get pre-approved or list their home, but you can control being there and creating top of mind and staying top of mind with them. There are so many people in there that they're not, they opted in for whatever, and they've told me, listen, I'm not ready to do anything, but I appreciate your tenacity, and I will let you know when we're ready to buy or sell or whatever.
Most of the deals you get are probably just people calling you out of the blue who you don't know who they are, but they know who you are.
Right.
Based on the kind of attraction.
100%. When you do this right, that's exactly what happens. You get people that will call, text, email, DM, whatever, and it's like, you don't know who I am, but I feel like I know you. We're trying to do this. Can you help?
Yeah. Yeah. So, Josh, thanks for coming on. I'm gonna try to have you on a little bit more because you're a little more active than most with the system here. If you guys want to find Josh, what do you got? Like, what's that site called? You have
Just find me on socials.
Oh, you've had your phone number there the whole time. Just text Josh. He loves getting texts.
Yeah. Text. Even call me. I don't have any problem chatting on the phone, or go to joshvips.com. There's all my socials are on there, and contact info, etc. joshvips.com. If you watch this video, consider yourself a VIP.
And guys, if you want more content like this, be sure to subscribe to the Inside Real Estate YouTube channel and find us in the Facebook groups, insiderealestate.com/Facebook groups, I think, or something like that. And then definitely like and subscribe and do a lot of stuff here. It helps us out, get the word out about this stuff, and share with a team member. Did I do the call to actions good, Josh? I did.
Yes, I'm trying to get. You don't have the Zoom celebration set up, I guess. Right. Usually, if I do this on Zoom, I get like balloons or thumbs up or whatever, but must not have it.
All right, see you.